Guys, check that out. Is it just me? Or is that going straight through that damn roof? Look at that. Guess we're gonna have to get up in the attic and find out. Guys, it's unfortunate about the roof because check this out. This is, look at this like mechanical faucet right here. It's so cool. It's a little dirty, but look at this. It's awesome. And then check this out. That's the kitchen window. It's like a little mini greenhouse. You could like grow stuff like hot peppers in that thing. That'd be so cool. Anyway, Houston, we have a problem. I'm thinking that's from the freaking sticks that are sticking out of the roof. If you recall, looking at that roof, that's a pretty damn steep roof. I was always better at labeling grades on roads than I was, and that's just because they have signs, than I was at determining roof grades. But it is a pretty damn steep roof. So that's not going to be an easy fix. That's going to be expensive. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Van Me Eccentrically. It just doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? Well, I'm catching up with you once again. I'm actually sitting in thick, heavy Atlanta traffic. I'm on Wesley Chapel. For those of you that are familiar, I'm about to get onto I-20, and that's on the east side of the perimeter, just outside of the perimeter. I'm going to jump on 285 on the east side and go north all the way up past the 85 interchange, and I'm going to get off at Peachtree Industrial. Actually, I have to go to the office this morning. It's actually in Alpharetta off of Jimmy Carter Boulevard. So, the guy that they said was trying to charge America 25 cents every time that they needed to flush their commode in their house back in the 70s. Jimmy Carter, yeah. He has a boulevard up there. The weather sucks right now. It's supposed to rain for the next month or so. And at least it's not hot anymore. My wife did make the point that at least it cooled down a little bit. But we all know what that means. Hurricane season, right? So that's coming. Probably already here. Probably closer than any of us realize. Not to sound pessimistic or anything, but I just wanted to say good morning and show you some more of my my life as a field operations specialist, no longer a truck driver. And right now I'd have to say that I'm working maybe not quite as much as I did as a truck driver, but almost pretty damn close. Today, after I leave the office in Alpharetta, I got to go to Woodstock, which is off of 575. And that's the northwest side of Metro Atlanta. I've got to hit 3 houses up there. I think I might have to come back down through Austell or Douglasville on my way down to Noonan and Fayetteville and hit some houses down on the southwest side of Metro. So it's going to be a long ass day. Now, a couple of things happened on my way to work this morning. I lost a freaking wiper blade on my van. And like I said, it's been monsooning. So I had to stop and get some Rain-X. And that was a inexperience trying to dry my windshield off so that I could apply some Rain-X to it. And well, because traffic gets progressively worse after 6:30 every morning, it just gets worse. Like put it this way, if you've got a commute in the morning in Atlanta, waiting an extra 10 minutes in the morning to head out on your commute could end up costing you a whole freaking hour, because that's how exponentially bad the traffic gets, like progressively throughout the morning. I mean, if you are to delay yourself 10 minutes, seriously, you could end up sitting in traffic for an hour longer than you would have had to. So the early bird gets the worm, is what I'm trying to say. Or, the early bird gets poisoned from eating a mutated radioactive worm. I don't know. This is Atlanta. I don't know why the hell I said that. I'm just trying to laugh about all this, because otherwise I might pull my hair out. So I've got, like I said, 5 properties today. I am officially in the game now. I'm rolling with it. I've got more training to do this week. I'm supposed to do more training this week. I wouldn't hold a candle to it. And that's one thing that is kind of frustrating me about this. Not to complain about the new job. I still love it. Still think it's awesome. Still think the company's awesome. Still am thankful and happy to have this opportunity to do something to make money, to replace my income as a truck driver. So don't get me wrong, it's been fantastic. But one thing I wish they would do is provide more training. And I even said this whenever I was forced to learn how to do flatbed. I was upset about not getting enough training and not feeling like I was doing the job adequately. So they keep telling me, "Oh, we're gonna put you out there with another trainer for a few days, and we're gonna teach you how to do move-in inspections." Now, before I was talking about vacant checks, like house walks. Well, a move-in inspection is a little bit more intensive, because you have to get pictures of the entire house, like everything in the house, and you have to ensure that everything's ready and the house is clean and there aren't any issues that the new tenant will have with the property. So basically any problems you can spot ahead of time, and those those pre-move-in inspections are, like I said, they're really intense, because sometimes we find stuff. I say we like I've ever found it. No, I've never done an actual move-in inspection on my own. I've done one assisted with a trainer once or twice, but okay, sometimes they find stuff, the field technicians, the field specialists, and the things that they can find sometimes are a deal breaker for everything. But it's still a good thing that they found the problem, because it's better to find it before the tenant moves in than for the tenant to discover it after they move in. And I can understand how that would be extremely frustrating. Like say there was something wrong with the air conditioner. The tenant moved in. Nobody caught it. The tenant moved in, and then it got really hot one day, and they found out that, well, the thermostat's not keeping up with the temp setting that I want it to be at. So there's a problem. It's too warm in this house. The AC's not working good enough. And nobody caught that, and somebody moved into the house. Yeah, that's a big problem. So That's just a really obvious one. Trust me, there are subtle issues that it takes a skilled eye, a skilled ear, a skilled nose even to catch sometimes. Sometimes these houses have odors, unexplained, mysterious odors that are deal breakers. And trust me, if you're going to move into a rental property, the last thing you want is to experience a bad odor coming from the house that you moved into. And so you see how that can cause problems. There's also safety concerns. Say the house has a back deck on it, and there's some loose boards on the deck, or there's some nails sticking up. The tenant has kids, they're running across the deck, they trip on a freaking head of a nail that's sticking out of one of those boards, and they get hurt. Guess what? Lawsuit time. So that's another thing. It's my job to catch stuff like that. And I like that because it's not just helping a big corporation stay successful and lucrative with their operation. It's also helping people. It's also providing customer service in an indirect way, which is the way that I prefer. I'm not as good with face-to-face customer service skills, but when it comes to doing things in the background to help an operation go smoothly, I love stuff like that. I don't need to be recognized or noticed for the work that I put in. And that's not why I work hard. Because I know that, beyond human eyes, there are other eyes that watch the things that I do every day, and every ounce of effort that I put into my job doesn't go unseen. It goes seen by the eyes that really matter. So, that kind of thing. That's where a lot of my motivation and my drive comes from, and I want to help people. Ultimately, I want to have a heart. I know I'm a cynical bastard sometimes, and I come off as a total asshole, but that's just because I'm so wound up because I'm sick of sitting in traffic in Atlanta. I really wish I didn't live in Atlanta, but my wife won't let us leave this place, so I'm stuck here for life with the wife whom I love, but I don't love her choice on places to live. Granted that both of our families typically are from here. Actually, my dad was from Chicago, but he moved here as a teenager. He actually hitchhiked here when he was 16, ran away from home. That's a long story. I won't get into it, but my mom is from this area, and her parents are from this area. So, but granted, it wasn't like this back then. I don't think anything was like this back then. Unless you lived in frickin' Los Angeles or New York or something. Chicago, maybe. But anyway, I just wanted to catch up with you guys. Now, the main thing I wanted to say in this video while I'm sitting in traffic, I haven't even said yet. And that is, I'm about to release another video. Now, I just dropped one called Full Transparency. Just dropped that video, and that's just me being completely transparent with you guys. I dropped a bomb in that video. That's a figure of speech. I didn't literally drop a bomb, but I basically revealed something about myself to you guys that I'd never talked about before, because somebody actually called me out in the comment section about suspecting me in a previous video. So I'll say that was my reaction, that was my response video, and well, that's why I made that video. And as you guys can see, I made it back in May, so I had to debate with myself for a very long time about whether or not I should even publish that video. I definitely didn't feel comfortable publishing it while I was still driving a truck, for obvious reasons if you watch the video. But anyways, it's on the channel if you guys want to check it out. Another video that I'm planning on dropping very soon, I'm actually working on it right now, is the book that I wrote last year. It's called 40 Questions. I was in the process last year of publishing an ebook. So I made the mistake of investing hundreds of hours into actually writing a book. And see, last year I didn't understand the capabilities of AI, like how incredibly profound things like ChatGPT are at writing for you. And the topic that I was writing on, truck driving, was actually, that would have been the perfect prime example of a good way to use something like ChatGPT, because it's not like I was doing creative writing. I wasn't writing a novel. I was writing a book about truck driving and information and my journey as a truck driver. So instead of using ChatGPT, I actually wrote a book myself. I revised it, I edited the book, and I never published it, but I am making it into a video for anybody that wants to hear it. Now, it's pretty long, you guys. It took me about 8 hours just to read it, on my own, but I actually recorded Speechify reading the text from the book, and I'm turning it into a YouTube video. So if anybody wants to hear the book, I'll have it segmented out into different, sections, categories, chapters, what have you. If you're interested, it's got every bit of information that I could think of pertaining to, providing somebody with information that wants to be a truck driver. Now, keep in mind that it was written a year ago, and keep in mind that I became a truck driver in 2016, and I know that things are different. Not everything is exactly the same as it used to be, but it's still pretty similar because I actually looked into it. So, if you're interested in that, it'll be available on this channel for free. And, well, if you enjoyed hearing me talk, which I don't really see how many people do, but some people do. If you enjoy hearing me talk, then I'm sure that you'll appreciate my writing even more, because I'm not so rambly in my writing. I'm more to the point and more skilled with sentence structure and all that stuff when I'm writing it down. So yes, I wanted to let you guys know about that. And I won't hold you up anymore. I might continue to make videos like this where I'm just in the van, I'm driving, I'm sitting in traffic, I've got something to say that I want to share with people. This is a very personal kind of channel, and I get that, and it's not going to have a big following or anything like that, but I will talk about interesting topics as they come to me. I am still trying to meditate right now, guys. It is a bit different. I've switched back over to where I'm sleeping at night and I'm awake during the day, and that threw my meditation off once again, but I'm starting to get it back. It's been about a month since I swapped my schedule back over. So yes, I'm still who I was in my previous videos that I made a few months ago. It's just that I got much busier. I've switched occupations, and so I'm a little preoccupied with that kind of stuff right now. So I'm not able to do as many of the existential, spiritual type talking videos as I used to make. Other than that, there are a few other videos in my history of truck driving, and I was thinking that, I've got these videos on my hard drive of my PC that are from my old truck driving channel that I deleted on YouTube a few years ago. And because I'm no longer a truck driver, in honor of my previous occupation, I could actually publish these old videos to this channel so you guys could see, what it was like for me 5 years ago whenever I was over the road. You know, I have some videos back then, or, you know, 3 years ago when I had the really good high-paying job that was local, what it was like back then. I have these on my hard drive, and I'm thinking about publishing them to my channel. If anybody's interested. I also have a couple more videos that I made earlier this year, talking videos, just like this one, where I'm talking about the industry and I'm talking about various things. I'm talking about meditation and how it impacted me, that kind of thing. It's more of like an inspirational kind of deal. I'm gonna be late, very late this morning, and well, I'll see what happens when I get there. But thanks for watching, thanks for checking my channel out, and come back anytime. I'll see you guys later. Bye.